Okay guys, this is my review and first use of the ws400 series 2 using a 1.3 nozzle. It's an HD nozzle, high delivery, yeah, so painted this hood. This came off a Tesla, and gonna clear it. This is a ultra high solids clear coat. It's 56% solids, so it's a very thick clear. I have the air hose set up that when I pull the trigger, full trigger, I have about 2.1 bar, 2 bar, around 29 to 32 psi for my SATA Jet 5500. But with this gun, at that pressure at the wall, I was getting around 1.7 at the gun, so I decided to let me just spray it at that 1.7. I'm gonna try to do 1.5 coats and call it a day, but as I started spraying the first coat, I noticed that the fluid wasn't coming out as fast as I thought it would be, so I basically opted to do 2 wet coats instead of the 1.5 coats. So as soon as I'm done with this first wet coat, I'm going to go over the hood with another full wet coat, because that half coat really didn't do much. It's pretty, the clay wasn't like bonding. It was just a little dry. So, since I figured out the first one is going down a little drier, so I decided to slow down a little more and just delay it out. So here's the first coat. First full wet coat, I should say. I like the fan pattern of the gun. Definite improvement over the first one. I had the ws400 back when it came out in 2012, and but I really believe this gun has a better fan pattern. It's an I and an O at the same time, so you get the long pattern, but it's also full because it's wider. So there's plenty of videos out there from iwata demonstrating that, and I found that to be the case. And yeah, let's see how the second coat goes on, and then I'll show you how it laid out. All right, so second coat, I upped the pressure to 2 bar, 29 psi, and yeah, full fluid, full fan. All right, so here's the second coat, full wet coat. And it's a nice gun. What I found that if you use the SATA nipple that comes with some of their guns, and also the air dryer, SATA Air Jet 2, I think. It works great with this gun because it has a little O-ring. So once you could hand tighten it, and there won't be any leaks. When I put my Milton high flow fitting on the gun, it tended to leak air a little bit. So you need to use a good amount of Teflon, and also the threads winded up being all the way at the. I pretty much use all the threads of the gun. So yeah, so keep in mind, if you do have that, I would love to see iwata include a high quality nipple with the gun. I think that'd be cool. So yeah, gun sprays good. Really like the way it sprays. Right now, I think this is gonna be my favorite, spray gun for clear. I do have this in a 1.4, so hopefully I get to test that out soon. And yeah, so this is how it came out. Came out nice and clean. It laid out pretty flat, as you can see, and I'm sure I could get it to lay even flatter with some fine tuning and some more practice and experience. But overall, for the first time, not bad. Really happy with that finish. I'll show you the fan pattern, and just so you guys can get an idea how long, how wide it is. And yeah, it's just a great gun. It's pretty quiet, not too noisy. Here's the fan pattern in both horizontal and vertical. And you can see it's a very nice pattern. It's wide, it's even, and it's like an I and an O combined. Now, if you guys, I'm going to show you the fan pattern from the horizontal view when it starts to run, and you'll see how it runs. It runs just perfect, absolutely perfect. It's completely even. So I haven't seen a gun that atomizes this well and lays out the fluid. So far, I think this is definitely hands down probably the nicest pattern I've seen. Look at that. Here it's starting to run from the center, and you could see that all the runs are on a perfect horizontal line. Well, pretty much perfect. Really nice gun, nice pattern, nice finish. Good job, Iwata. Now, when I did this with my SATA 5500, it tended to start, dripping from the center. But this one is just completely flat.